the shop. I found my camera. It's been lost for 6 months, but that's the excuse I'm using and I'm going with it. If you follow along on the Facebook page, you'll know that I recently got into line boring and purchased a new machine, and so this is our first line boring job that's showing up at the shop. We'll take a closer look at it now in a minute. First I'll give you a look at the equipment I bought. So this is the equipment I picked up lately. This is a York unit made in Canada. I went with the Canadian made unit, hopefully on quality and ease of getting parts should the need be. It's an entry-level unit designed to do from 1.5" bore up to about 5 inches. Electric powered, of course, and manual feed for now. We'll make a project out of putting a power feed on this unit. In the box we have our normal accessories, tail bearings, a couple of boring bars, 48 and 72 inches, alignment cones and collars. And so we'll get a better look at this as we set it up and do the line bore on the blade unit behind me. So this is a Craig 12-foot power angle plow mounted to, I believe, a 700 series loader. It's had some problems with pins cracking in the bar here. If we look at it, we have quite a bit of slop on this guy. This is a temporary pin that was made and put in last winter to get through the winter, and this year we're going to fix the problem. Okay, so we get our push bar apart and start doing some measuring on things, and we have a look around because the main bar on here on the blade measures 4.5 inches. So we stick our tape onto here. We're at 5 1/4 right now. So obviously this is bent from the pins breaking. Stick a snap gauge inside and get a height in here. Then we come to the outside and we can move this thing up and down quite a bit. So obviously the push bar is bent. So we stick a square up to the top. She's pretty good there. She's within probably a 1/16 or so. And we come down to the bottom and have a look. And it looks to me like the bottom is bent down, over 1/4 inch. So we're going to have to do some work with this piece. Now let's see if we can see it on camera. If not, we'll lift her up. Let's see. So if you look underneath here, we can see a definite curve in these plates. So no doubt the pin breaking is after bending this whole assembly down. So we're going to have to look at straightening this out a bit. No doubt I'm going to have to split these plates and re-weld them after, and find some way to compress this together. So what I've gone and done is got a length of threaded rod, big washer on the bottom, a couple of nuts. We'll run this up through here. On the top we've got a second washer cut to fit our bore, liberally smeared full of EP grease because I expect there's going to be a lot of extreme pressure going on here. And we're going to use this guy to try to draw this together once we split the bottoms. So here's how she's looking so far. We got our threaded rod in. We cranked it down after we split it, and we got it down to within probably a 1/16 inch of what our push tube is on the blade over here. And then we relaxed the bolt to see if it would spring back and how much, and then retensioned it to get it where we want it. And then you can see just how much it was bent by how much our plasma cuts have opened up in there. So the plan right now is to plate those cuts on one side, and then we'll bevel them first, I guess. Plate them on one side and then do a weld right through to the plate and fill in our cuts, and that should make it as strong as it ever was. By then, if we release our clamping bolt, we should be pretty much on par with what we're looking for at 4 3/4 inches. All right, we're back. We're cut and plated, re-welded, and now I guess it's the time to see if our estimated preload is going to work out to our 4 3/4 final when we release the tension on it. Let's put you back on the tripod and we'll find out. Alright, tail of the tape, I guess. So we wound up with 4 5/8 actually. Not too bad. Should have been 4 3/4, so we probably had a half a turn too much preload. But I'm pretty sure in the world of tractor parts that that 1/8 inch ain't going to make a difference. So here's how it's sitting for now. We got our push bar stood up on a couple of blocks and welded her up to the table so nothing tips over on us because it's not light. And we'll set up our boring machine up on the upper hole there eventually. First, I think we're going to do the bar on the blade first because it has the most wear and we want to get an idea of what pin size we're going to use. I think it's going to go up 1/4 inch. Alright, so to get this started, we're going to get out our little 4-foot bar. Balance you bugger. And a set of alignment cones. Position this probably 1/4 inch off of one of the tool bit holes and snug it up a little bit. And get it roughly tightened up for now. We grab a tool bit and lay it in this hole. Let's get one that's not quite so sharp. We should be able to use our pry bar. And tighten this up fully. So that should be alignment on our bar. Now we should double check with a square, I guess. Be right back. Alright, so here's our cobbled up set of squares to give us a gap to clear our cones. And if we check her out this way, we're getting an ever so slight gap in near the push bar. And this way, we're getting pretty much the same gap. So I expect this push bar has a very slight bend to it. Don't think it's going to I don't think I'm going to worry about it in the world of tractors. Okay, let's go set up the welder bearings on. Okay. Okay, so now we put on the motor.
So what do you put in it to make it round and so what's wrong with it in there anyway?
It's more.
And you want to make it bigger?
Yeah.
If you makes it bigger, isn't it the big thing that goes in there going to be bigger? Smaller?
Well, then I can make a new pin.
Oh, okay.
So now this is the into for her.
How do you know how to do all that?
I'm learning as I go.
Oh, you're just winging all this.
I've never done this before. Oh, this will work, I guess. Okay, so this goes on to here.
What keeps that on?
Clamps there. I didn't check those bolts. I gotta check those.
Yeah. Just in case.
Check those bolts. Let's see. Well, that's recording, by the way.
Oh, my face is right up there.
Yeah. You're on YouTube.
Take that card.
You're going on YouTube. Okay.
No, so you're just swearing on the camera.
Oh. Yeah, I don't mind that. I usually edit those parts out.
Edit me out too, honey.
Alright.
Where's the cutter? Well, what's all that over here?
Well, that's just the stuff to line it up with to begin with.
Oh.
Yeah. So the cutter now goes, well, you gotta leave yourself enough travel, so I'll put it in this hole. Alright, let me just, come on. Oh, by the way. Bring that one into about there. The cutter goes into here. Look at that. And get a set screw. Set screw goes on the side. That's what keeps your cutter in place. And it goes in there.
Just you made all that, didn't you?
No, this is all back.
Oh, the pole was not done.
Huh?
That pole was not.
Well, I made a one light,
Yeah.
bigger one.
Oh, that came with it too, did
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Oh.
Very, very
I
expensive.
thought it was like the one you made.
All right, so other than setting the baseline and running it through there now, we're ready to go. Right there, we're just touching. All righty.
Turn around, here it goes.
Well, I get to do an overview now for the people. So here's a setup. We got our head unit mounted onto the plow, a few pieces of flat bar, tail bearing is on the other side, and motors attached, and we have our tool bit set, so we're just making contact right here, and that'll be our initial run through. So that's our initial cut. We'll put in our adjustment tool. Loosen our set screw just a bit. And dial in another small cut. And try it again. Well, so where have you been? I was working away here and you guys bailed on me. Well, battery ran down, but we got you recharged. I'm almost done here. I'm down to the last about 50 thou. Probably doing a couple of cuts. I'm going to move in close and show you the adjustment tool on this York unit. So this is the adjusting setup for the tool bit. It's got a 20 TPI adjusting screw in behind your tool bit, and of course one full turn equals 50 thousandths on your radius. The tool is graduated in thousand increments, and right now we're 52 thou off our final diameter, so we're going to just dial in a cut of 30 and let her go. So I'm going to hold our bit, loosen our set screw, then we'll go 10 and 15, a little too far. Tighten up our set screw again, remove our tool, and away we go. Okay, we're all set up. We got a little bit of light there for you. We'll throw in some cutting fluid and start going. Alright, I think we may have to work on our chip breaker setup here. So it's Saturday morning. Friday turned into a bit of a gong show, so between all the RV jobs and customers coming in, we managed to get the push bar done. Didn't film a whole lot of it. We did a little modification to the blade. We added a hole in the back and made it greasable down in through this hole, because that was a problem with it in the first place. So, push bar is done. We still have to cut off our equipment and smooth out the welds, and we'll get on to making the pin from here. So it's a nice quiet Saturday, but I mean, like any Saturday, it's always a good day to chuck up a big piece of steel and try to make a big pin. So with my four-jaw, I know that when I set my jaws to roughly the first line out, now let's get this out of the way. This will give me roughly 3 inches. So we'll use that as a starting point. Oh yeah. Not too bad. Okay. Now, since I need my Noga, you've been relegated to the cheap indicator holder. So we'll get this centered up here first. So that's within 2. Let's mosey down to this end. So we're a bit high. So we'll get a little bopper. That's a couple there. Let's see if we can get it a little straighter. Not too bad. Back to the beginning. And a couple on that end, so the whole periphery of this is going to be machined anyway, so 2 is good for me. So let's get our steady adjusted. And considering the whole purpose of this is just to put a center hole in it, I think we're doing okay. Let's get the next size. So there you have it. We're ready for the next operation. We'll stick in the center, get rid of our steady rest, and start hogging off a lot of metal actually. Well, we started doing some video today, but the other crew showed up and started work. So you see the problem I have with doing videos here lately, right? That one's tough. Well, now you get to see what happens here daytime. Anyway, you start doing a video, next thing vacuum is going, and cars are busy, and it all goes for shit. Pin is done. We're pretty much ready to put this back together, with the exception of drilling a cross hole to lock the pin in place, and I guess we'll give you a look at the thing once it's all reassembled. Alright, she's in. Oh, it's in there. Now we gotta get it lined up now. Hold it for a sec. You see the edge of the hole here, don't you? There you go.
We're getting snow.
What?
Starting for sure, ain't snowfall through Wednesday. 8 to 15 centimeters central, that can't be right.
Go on.
Northeaster heading for Maritime. The sun shift in the jet stream. Oh, you read it.
There you go.
Jody was right.
Is Jordan's right, yeah? He wants this plow.
Yeah, I got to see now.
Okay, so I gotta get the excavator and shove that to the middle, I guess, and shove it over.